Okay, we're back. It's my pleasure to introduce our next guest who's here on behalf of Susan. It is a man who has taken a lead really in the Second Amendment movement, or really helped not really even solidify, but reaffirm what the Second Amendment means to all of us. And probably didn't see it coming, but has become really the centerpiece of the Second Amendment legislation impacting legislation and legal holdings here in the United States. And and that battle, I guess, is ongoing even today after this landmark decision of Heller v. D.C., which reaffirmed our rights to bear arms, defend ourselves, specifically within our home. And it is my great pleasure to be here with this fine, upstanding American who has led this charge, and that charge continues even after this decision. The anti-gun folks in D.C. and the mayor have tried to put even more restrictions in there, and it's basically what all law-abiding gun owners fear, is over-legislating this issue and really enacting legislation to not keep people safe, but enacting legislation that really ultimately only serves to restrict law-abiding gun owners of their constitutional rights. So I'm very proud to welcome to Leesburg Mr. Dick Heller. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll see if I can manage here. I am probably one of the poorest impromptu speakers you'll ever meet. But boy, when it's over, I think Susan Stimpson is going to say I write one heck of a good speech. Let's see if I can do this. I'm pleased to be here to support Susan Stimpson for Lieutenant Governor for a number of reasons. The first reason, got that picture?
Absolutely.
Did you get to? The first reason is I personally am a member of the Virginia Citizens Defense League. And Susan is a favored child of that organization. Number two, years friends of Ed Levine, the founder of Virginia Open Carry. So that's the second reason. And he's here putting this event together, and he's a strong supporter of Susan. I guess what I like to do is sort of tell a little bit of a timeline, and you're seeing my punchline picture. I forgot about that. The timeline started in 1976. I moved into D.C. I didn't know it was like a third world country at the time. They sort of they have no use for the Constitution, and they absolutely, as you probably have figured out by now, they despise the Second Amendment. So with no constitutional foundation, they just sort of whimsically make laws up as they go along. So when I moved in July of '76, right away I bought my first work of art, I call it, and this was my first firearm and my first major work of art. Isn't that beautiful? I could describe this in feminine and masculine details, but that's not the purpose today. So a few weeks later, right after I purchased it, brand new, the city passed a law and said that I had to throw my firearm in the dipsty dumpster. And with a stroke of a pen, the Second Amendment was just stricken from DC's version of the Constitution. And with a stroke of a pen, I was an instant criminal. And that's, in my opinion, and the opinion of probably most people here, not why we elect a government. I refuse to throw it away, I refuse to register it, and I refuse to turn it in. And I like to say, sometimes, Pilgrim, you just gotta know what you stand for. And that's why I think Susan is such a great candidate. She knows what she stands for. She's grounded in the Constitution. She continues to return more of her constituents' paychecks every year by lowering taxes and shrinking county government. So if we jump ahead and skip the story to the year 2007, it was now time, and I attempted to register my banned handgun and was rejected by the city, so I was harmed, and now I could file a lawsuit against the city. In 2008, the Heller 1 case was heard by the Supreme Court, and Justice Scalia wrote and read the opinion, and he started off with, "We're not here today to erase the Second Amendment from the Constitution." Relief. I knew we won something. And he ended it with, "The Second Amendment is a fundamental, enumerated individual right for all citizens." So when deranged criminals kill people in theaters or schools, the power mad blame the gun owners that refuse to live on their government plantation. Well, Susan does not even believe in the government plantation. Our objective is to prevent more Aurora theaters and more Sandy Hooks from happening, not try to manipulate the tragedy into a media and a political tool. Our side has morality in our platform. We want to truly protect the children. And when the left says the same thing, I say, prove it. Lock up the criminals. I don't see that happening enough. You just got to know what you stand for. We need to arm the good guy citizens. We can only dream of this in D.C., but Susan Stimpson stands for constitutional carry. Let's make sure we devote the time and money to support the kind of government that we want. Susan is that kind of candidate. Telling the truth is what I call freedom speaking, and that's why I'm behind Susan Stimpson. Thank you. Thank you.